So our topic of discussion today on the political segment is the reopening of interstate movements. The national coordinator of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Dr. Sani Aliyu, said the ban on interstate travel still remains in place with the exception of movement of agricultural produce, petroleum products, manufactured goods and essential services. However, he said once the skies open up to domestic flights, to all domestic flights on July 21st, then it will make no sense to keep the ban on interstate travel. Joining us to discuss this and its implications, we have
Wobin Ayuba Gora. He is the Court Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps FCT Command. Welcome to the Weekend Show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back, actually. You've been with us here before.
Yes, I'm always here.
You are, and thank you so much for your patience today, waiting for us to begin your segment. So how is the Federal Road Safety Corps protecting your officers? I know before we went on air, I was asking if this face mask that you're wearing, if it was provided to you by your organization, and you said yes, and also in support with some NGOs. So what are some other measures that the Federal Road Safety Corps is putting in place to protect your officers now that interstate movement is going to be reinstated?
Well, let me say this. The interstate movement has started since on the 1st of July. So the roads are free. We can move from Kaduna to Port Harcourt now. The Federal Road Safety Corps has done a lot. The face masks have been provided. In the FCT, for example, along the Abuja-Lokoja route, we have about 4 or 5 commands along that route that are supposed to checkmate what government say should be as far as COVID-19 is concerned. Of course, government has said vehicles must carry 50% of their passengers because of COVID-19. So anything short of that is an offense on the part of the driver of that particular vehicle. So any vehicle, either high-capacity vehicle or a small car, of course, for small cars, government said 2 people at the back, 1 in front with the driver. So if we see 3 people at the back or more, that is an overloaded vehicle.
I just want to clarify for Nigerians watching, because I watched the chairman of the Presidential Task Force yesterday say that interstate travel has not been reinstated. So are you confirmed, because you are in an authority to speak to
the fact is that I think there was the same
Presidential
task force said from 1st July, that pronouncement was made.
Okay.
And as we speak.
So Nigerians watching today can travel by road, according to you?
Well, let me not say they should travel by road. If it has been restated back, the ban has been restated back, maybe I was not privy to watch that program. But from 1st of July, we were asked to dismantle all the border blockage. And we've withdrawn our men from the borders, interstate borders. So if there's a new development, maybe I didn't watch that program.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's assume, let's just say it has been open and some people have started moving. Road safety and the likes, the Ember month is your busiest period.
Yes.
But with the pandemic, this is now the Ember months. There are going to be a lot of people traveling from state to state because some people have been stuck in other places. Abuja being the FCT, you're going to have an influx of people coming, which means the roads will get busier. Potentially, there may be more accidents. Is the road safety working alone, or is there a joint task force with VIO, the police, and the likes to ensure that you are adequately prepared to handle this time?
Okay, let me say this. From the blast of COVID-19,
yes,
the minister put in place a task force comprising all the security agencies, both the military and paramilitary. And we have been working together on that. Even as we speak, within the city center, we still have that task team still operating. Don't forget, the curfew is still in place between the hour of 10 and 4 within the FCT. Yeah. So that task team is still in place. The only task team we have been able to, bring out of where they are is the one that is checkmating the borders between the FCT and other states. So that's the only task team that has been brought out. So we have so many task teams that have been put in place to checkmate issues of traffic management in the FCT by the minister. So those task teams are still there. So of course, like you said, Ember months used to be one of our busiest periods. But I don't look at Ember months as one of our busiest periods per se. Any time we have a situation of mass movement of people, that tend to be a busy period for us. So now that the lockdown on interstates perhaps have been relaxed, then of course we expect movement of people, especially commercial drivers, who feel that, okay, we've stayed for quite some weeks or some months, there's nothing tangible that has been coming into our pockets, we have nothing to do than to start overspeeding, so to say. So anybody that is speeding is risking his life and risking the life of people is carrying. So we will not condone that, as far as we are concerned. Then, of course, some of the things that government said people should adhere to, especially the usage of face masks. Like I told people in one of the programs somewhere, I said, look, any driver that's picking any passenger, if that passenger is not having any face masks, they should not allow that passenger to enter that vehicle.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you real quick because that's the next thing I wanted to ask you. So the Presidential Task Force has created guidelines, but you operate within the ambits of the law and you have an act guiding what you do.
Yes.
So for violators, how will they be punished? So will I be fined for not wearing a mask? Will my car be seized? How will this be done legally?
Okay, like in the FCT, for example, when I'll talk more of the FCT.
Yes.
There are mobile courts that have been put in place, and these mobile courts are still operational. Even as we speak, they are there. So anybody arrested for not using the face mask is taken to the mobile court straight.
Based on the Quarantine Act?
Is taken to the mobile court straight. There are some of them that may be given an option of fine. There are some of them that could be asked to do some kind of social works. So these are punishments awarded to such violators. And of course, and to anybody that carry overload in his own vehicle, that driver, of course, if we want to help you, we will say, okay, we will take you to road safety office. We issue you a ticket. You go and pay the fine. Go to the hospital for emotional evaluation. But if we don't want to help you, we will take you to the mobile court, where you'll be convicted. And that stands. So nobody knows what you have plans for tomorrow. You might want to be an elective official tomorrow, either a governor or whatever. Nobody can say. So if me, who is your opponent, knows that you have once been convicted by a court of law, I'll bring that up and I'll use it against you. So people have to be very, very careful. You know. So, like I said, if we want to help you, we'll take you to our office, we issue a ticket. You go and pay the fine, go to the hospital for emotional evaluation. We have assisted you. Than taking you to the mobile court, where a magistrate will make pronouncement, pass his judgment, pending your defense. If you are unable to defend yourself beyond reasonable doubt, he convicts you and award the punishment. A convict is a convict.
For everyone who's watching now, we know face mask is not optional. You must wear
it's
your
a
face
must,
mask,
it's a must,
or else
it's a must
you
use.
face the wrath of the law.
It's a must use.
So let's end by asking you about the worries of Nigerians who are claiming that this will just cause more of an opportunity for people in the Federal Road Safety Corps, the police, and other implementers of the law to extort Nigerians. So what's your reaction to this? And what training have you put in place to ensure your men and women of the force don't
let me say this. When I'm talking about issues of corruption, I'm being specific on the Federal Road Safety Corps. Because I know that we have administrative books that are very, very clear. The very day, like myself, the very day I stepped into the camp to be trained as an officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps, the first lecture I was given was consequences of bribe taking. I will not forget. And when that lecture was given to us, we were told, if you are caught collecting bribe, it's as good as you are going to be terminated. You will leave the job. Now, and we were also advised that if you are going on any patrol at all, you must wear a short knicker before you put on the black trouser. You must also wear a T-shirt, a white T-shirt, round neck, before you put on the beach on it. What that means is that, of course, a lot has changed to the extent that that is no more being implemented. But in those days, you are caught collecting bribe. At that particular point, I can assure you the trouser, the top, will be collected from you, and the beret and the belt. When these things are collected, of course, if you don't have a short knicker inside there and a vest inside there, it means you are likely going to go half naked. But a lot of things have changed, that when a surveillance team goes out, they will have observed what you are doing, and they monitored, perhaps there's somebody who is being used to collect this money. Then they just swap on those people